Добрый день, уважаемые подписчики социальных сетей областной библиотеки Сабиты Муканова. Мы студенты третьего курса университета имени Манаша Кузыбаева, Омар Мерверт и Сатыбалда Янат. Сегодня хотим рассказать о двух чудесных книгах «Маленькие женщины» и «Алиса, Зазеркалье». Мы надеемся, что они вам понравятся и произведут хорошее впечатление. You know, people say gadgets are better than books, but I don't agree.
Same here. A phone can give you quick information, but a book takes you somewhere else completely. It makes you think. Look at Alice through the Looking Glass. It's not just a story, it's a world of puzzles and meaning.
And Little Women, it feels so real. You get to know the characters like they're your own family. No social media post can do that.
Exactly, so let's prove it. One of my favorite books is Alice Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, 1871. Imagine stepping into the world where everything is reversed. Well, that's what happens to Alice in this book. She finds herself on a giant chessboard where rules don't make sense. She meets the Red Queen, Tweedledum and Tweedledee, Humpty Dumpty and Talking Flowers. If we mention the characters, the Red Queen is strict and bossy woman. Alice is clumsy, curious and brave child. The White Queen is kind but absent-minded. The White Knight is kind to Alice, but sometimes clumsy. Tweedledum and Tweedledee are a bit childish and they always argue with each other. And Humpty Dumpty is arrogant. You have to run as fast as you can just to stay in the same place. Sounds familiar? Well, that's exactly how social media works. Constantly scrolling, trying to keep up but never really going anywhere. But unlike gadgets, books don't rush us. They let us slow down, explore and think. Every conversation in Through the Looking Glass has a hidden meaning. And it's not just a fantasy, it's how we see the world. So the most fascinating moments from this book for me was especially the conversation between Alice and Humpty Dumpty. He boasts about his ability to explain words in any way he likes, famously interpreting the nonsense poem Jabberwocky. He tells Alice that the words mean whatever he chooses them to mean, leading to a playful but deep discussion about language and meaning. Also, this scene is both funny and thought-provoking, making us question whether the words have really fixed meanings or if they change depending on how we use them. The world operates on its own strange logic. Rivers flow backwards, time moves unpredictably, and poems don't always make sense. In the end, Alice reaches the final square, becomes a queen, and wakes up, realizing it was all a dream. So, first of all, the story boosts imagination. The book's absurd but fantastical world makes you imagine things yourself, unlike games or movies that show it for you. Secondly, deeper meaning. Behind the fun story are deep ideas about logic, language, and reality, than quick and simple gadget content. And thirdly, cultural impact. Both Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass are a classic that has shaped continuously in literature, unlike the most short-lived digital content.
That's what makes books better. They don't just give answers, they make us ask questions.
You're right, but while Alice's world is full of riddles, Little Women is full of real-life emotions.
Yeah, you're right. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, 1868. Unlike Alice's adventure, Little Women is about real life. It tells the story of four sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy, growing up during the Civil War. They deal with love, loss, and finding their own path. Margaret, Marv, the eldest sister, she is elegant, responsible, and feminine. She dreams of a traditional family life, though she sometimes envies the wealth of others. And she works as a governess before marrying John Brooke and becoming a mother. Josephine Marsh, the second eldest, lively, independent, and clumsy. She dreams of becoming a writer, despises traditional female roles and rejects marriage proposals in favor of her career. Eventually, she finds a balance between personal life and writing. And Elizabeth Marsh, the kindest and most humble of the sisters, she loved music and played the piano, preferring the comfort of home to noisy gatherings. Unfortunately, she falls ill with scarlet fever and she dies young, leaving a deep impact on her family. And Amy Marsh, the youngest sister, initially spoiled and self-centered, but later becomes more defined and determined. She is passionate about art, travels to Europe, and eventually marries Laurie, a family friend, and she builds with him a successful life. Jo once said, "I want to do something great, something different." And to be honest, she is my favorite character because she has a burning passionate. I would like to add that books give us some emotional depth. The novel explores themes of love, family, and personal growth, creating a deep and lasting impact, unlike the quick entertainment from gadgets. Also, the books show character development. The story follows the March sisters as they grow and change, allowing for a richer experience than fast-paced movies or social media.
And I want to say about cultural value that The Little Woman is a timeless classic that has shaped in literature, becoming more and more popular.
Now tell me, can a short video make you feel as deeply as a book? Can a phone notification make you care about characters the way Joel makes us care?
No way. Social media gives us quick emotions, but book let us grow with the story. In Little Women, you feel every joy and heartbreak with the characters.
That's why books are better. They stay with you long after you turn the last page. So, what have you learned?
Through the Looking Glass makes us think about reality in a new way.
And Little Women teach us about love, family, friendship, and personal growth, and following our dreams.
One of the reasons why I enjoyed this book is both playful and a deep conversation between characters. That The Little Women and Alice Through the Looking Glass are really mindful for audience.
I really liked how the story focused on the sisters' lives, their dreams, and their strong bond. It was interesting to see how they grew up and supported each other. That wasn't just a book about romance, it showed the importance of family, friendship, and finding your own path in life. Some moments were really touching, even sad, but overall the story felt warm and full of hope. So, what should we read next?
Let's find out. Сегодня мы поделились нашими любимыми книгами «Маленькие женщины» и «Алиса в Зазеркалье». Это не просто книги, а истории, которые обучают и учат наших читателей доброте, смелости и мечтаниям. «Алиса в Зазеркалье» и «В стране чудес» кажутся сказкой, но на самом деле имеют глубокий смысл как и для детей, так и для взрослых. А «Маленькие женщины» рассказывают и повествуют о гражданской войне, о любви, о потере, о разделении и о том, что как можно совместить семью, любовь и дружбу воедино. Спасибо, что смотрите, слушаете и поддерживаете нас. Мы всегда готовы и рады будем поделиться нашими любимыми книгами и их миром. Спасибо за внимание, что были с нами. Пока!